Again at 5:30 with the latest on the new Henderson Bridge. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Kalunian.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. It just opened last week with lanes for drivers and a new pathway for pedestrians and cyclists. But some are raising questions about that pathway, primarily on the East Providence side.
12 News reporter Kristen Burnell joins us live in studio with more on their concerns. Kristen?
Kim and Shannon, I spoke with one person who says the new bridge is not completely accessible for most pedestrians and cyclists. What was supposed to be more efficient for all forms of traffic has turned into a headache for some on the new Henderson Bridge. The redesigned bridge opened to traffic last week, connecting East Providence and Providence. But for people like Michael Warden, who bike to work, have found issues with getting on and off the new bike and pedestrian path.
I've been commuting from my home in Rumford to my job on the east side of Providence for 15 or more years, and now I literally can't do it because there's a two-lane roundabout with no shoulder that's impassable to non-motorized traffic.
Warden says he reached out to the Rhode Island Department of Transportation for answers.
They told me that I should, for the time being, ride on the, quote, sidewalks, shoulder, and crosswalks on the east side of Massasoit Ave, and I had to write back because there actually are none of those things on the east side of Massasoit Ave.
Rideout tells us those sidewalks do exist, but when 12 News drove by, they were difficult to locate. And we found one crosswalk on Waterfront Drive and some sidewalks behind steel barriers. Rideout writes in a statement in part, quote, Rideout will post additional signage indicating the direction to the end of the path at the crosswalk. Path users should be aware the area is still under construction. Path users should utilize the sidewalks through the roundabout, including cyclists who should walk their bikes on the sidewalks. Meanwhile, Warden believes this is all part of a much bigger issue.
RIDOT needs to treat bicycles not just as a recreational activity, but as a legitimate mode of transportation.
Now, Rideout says they will be holding public information meetings next month for Phase 2 of the Henderson Bridge project. Reporting live in studio tonight, Kristen Burnell, 12 News.